Spark the Hearts. Yo, thanks for checking out these videos. And this time I'm going to talk about communication. So there's actually a great audiobook, The Art of Communication, on YouTube. It's about 3.5 hours, or it might even be 4 hours. It was a Buddhist monk, and he wrote a book on communicating, and he does a great job. He did a great job writing that book. Another one is there's about a 4 or 5 hour workshop, and it is Marshall Rosenberg, another Marshall from Detroit. This guy looks like he's been through. At one point, I find him funny. He was talking about being frustrated. Someone hurt his son, so he was considering giving the guy baseball bat therapy. So nonviolent communication. He started, I think, 9 schools. He's passed away now. Just recently, he died a couple years ago. But at that time, before he passed away, he was talking about how he had 9 schools in Israel, like 5 Israeli schools and 4 Palestinian ones, or something like that. There might even be more now. But this nonviolent communication schools, he calls it giraffe schools, and the giraffe has the largest heart of any mammal. So it's a language based on how to speak what you need. I need this. And so no longer are you telling anyone what to do. You're not rewarding or punishing people, because people become resentful and they play favorites, and you want equality to come out of you, so you emanate it, so you get treated equally as well. And just so you can speak in a way that is non-threatening. So this guy, Marshall Rosenberg, he goes into the Middle East, and he passed away, like I said, but you go into the Middle East between Palestinians and Israelis, and he would mend these people. How the heck can you do that? And so this guy is just phenomenal. Obviously, you have to be fearless, or you have to have your fear under control. The guy was raised in Detroit. He's been through some violence. There is, believe it or not, much more violent places than Detroit in this world, but Detroit's up there. Ask Eminem. That's the other Marshall. But so essentially communication. So listening, allowing space. This is where I'm at too, is allowing space to talk about people, to talk about themselves. So based on that, I do want feedback on all these things, and I want to find out who you are and what you're doing. Now, how is that beneficial? So I can help you. That's what I want to do. I've helped myself. I'm good. I'm lonely, because I've been healing myself for almost the last 2 years. So I haven't had a mate. I haven't had a girlfriend in a long time, and things that I want to start coming back into now. But I took myself out of sort of the dating game, and I took myself out of society and community because I was healing, and now I'm reintegrating myself. So I still suffer from some sadness and loneliness as I reintegrate myself, but part of the issue as well is that the people that were in my life, I'm finding, were quite abusive. So I'm having to adjust and change my relationships, setting new boundaries, finding out how to do that, how to communicate with these people and let them know. And I don't want anyone to get offended, but look, people are getting offended. People get mad. If they're used to abusing you, and all of a sudden you're like, nah, they're going to get mad at you, because abusive people will get mad. They're used to getting their fix of abuse. So how do we communicate to have our own space? So nonviolent communication is literally where it starts. Marshall Rosenberg, I said YouTube, audiobooks. He has books on it, and he has schools on it, and he has schools all over the world, I would imagine. And but luckily on YouTube you can go to school with yourself. There's nonviolent communication. I think it's 4 hours long or something. Put it on. Stay in on a Friday night. Stay sober. Put on a cup of coffee and stay up all night. Whatever you got to do. Take notes with a pen and piece of paper, and take notes and learn and study. And with those notes, with felt pen, what I would do is I'd take a couple good notes and I'd put them on my wall. And then every day I walk by, and it's like a reminder, to self-express and to listen. I like to say, listen, evolve, then speak. Listen first, evolve, then speak, and actually hear people. Make eye contact and active listening. This is just going to make your life better. That's what this is all about, is improving your life. Making it so you will have a more enjoyable life so you can get through the day, and then you start to find your purpose based on communicating. If you can be better communicate yourself, then others will respect your boundaries better because you'll set them, and then you can respect other people better because you understand what boundaries are, and you can communicate what you need, and you can help. If you're raising children, you're going to help tenfold or 100-fold by learning these things. The Art of Communication, like I said, is a great book, and there is just many on communication, good books. There's, I believe there's actually one. Let's take a look right behind me. There's one. Yeah. Well, this is on mind power. Change the way you think, change your life. Not specifically communication, but all this. When you know how thoughts work and how your mind works, then you can communicate that better. So essentially, communication is always going to come back to getting to know yourself, who you are, because you want to know what you're communicating, and then you can set your boundaries, and you can set these things and set your intentions, positive mantras and things like that. I'm a communication guy. I want to be a communication wizard. Where am I right now? I don't know. How good am I at it? I went to Canadian Nationals for poetry. That's pretty good. I failed English in grade 9. I failed English in grade 10. And I failed English in grade 11 back in the day. I ended up graduating on time. I had to take English 11 in a special school outside of the school because I was behind and felt so bad at it. So the fact that I went to Canadian Nationals, it makes me feel good. Like it means that, for one, you can turn your weaknesses into your strengths. The other part is that I think I was always a good communicator. I just wasn't very good at school. And I wasn't interested. I'm a good creative writer. I wasn't good at reading a book that I didn't see the point of reading. So by better understanding ourselves, we can see and we can build our self-esteem based on understanding ourselves, and then we can communicate ourselves better. I can't speak highly enough about nonviolent communication. It helps. It says it right in the title, nonviolent communication. So you can speak in a way that gets heard and people don't perceive it as a threat. The truth will often be perceived as a threat anyway, so what you'll learn is not to change yourself, like as far as speak your truth, but you might have to change the people that are listening to it. If people are constantly getting offended by your truth, maybe you need to hang out with new people. That's going to be tough, to change your life and stuff. But the beauty is, as you get rid of those, you will find new people. People will find you. They'll just come into your life, and they'll be much more harmonious. And there'll be harmony in your life based on the people that are around you, because they'll be much more like-minded. So thank you for checking out the page. Communication 101. I have tons that I want to communicate on this subject, and ask me questions, please. I want to share how I did this, how I learned these things, and put it into practice. Allow me to practice my nonviolent communication. I just recently did a liver cleanse. That helps because now liver is connected to anger. So now that my peacefulness is coming out with more meditation and stuff, it's easier to communicate nonviolently, right? It's like I'm a well-oiled machine, and it's important to be calm and not only just to focus on the communication, but also to focus on myself so I can grow and be strong, and I can feel calm, so I can have lots of magnesium in my body or whatever it is that helps me calm down so I can hear people, and you can actually listen, make eye contact, and respect people. Respect myself. That's what this is all about, and respect others. So thanks a lot for checking this out, and much more videos coming. Peace.